Hello and I welcome you all on behalf of Medical World for India. So today we have a very special guest and his name is Master Kamal. He is actually Dr. Suresh Kamal Srinivas by his full name. He is one of the 8th greatest yoga master of the world. He is also having a Guinness Book of World Record for holding the longest scale pose, which was awarded in May 2018. He is a yoga consultant for many countries like Taiwan, USA, Malaysia, Singapore, Korea, Thailand, Vietnam, and many more. And there are a lot of countries where he has introduced yoga, and he has been practicing yogas for more than 2 decades now. I've been following him from last 11 years, and he is a great spiritual master as well. He's having a Ph.D. degree in yoga and naturopathy as well, and he is a black belt holder in martial arts. He's a multi-talented person, and we are really pleased to have him in Medical World for India today. He has also created a new age system of yoga which is called Kri Yoga. Kri means action, yoga means union. We have discussed many important questions with him because yoga along with the modern practices is very important to understand. So nowadays the role of diet is very important. So we have discussed what is the role of the diet in maintaining a complete holistic health. Along with that, we have discussed about the immunity. Immunity is very important because this is a COVID era, and immunity is one of the most important thing that helps you fight with chronic diseases and these kind of diseases which are coming up right now like COVID-19. Along with that, we have discussed critical things like comparison of yoga with gymming and running. Master Kamal has also introduced a new techniques called yoga abs. You can have 6-pack yoga abs as well. It's very important to innovate, and he has innovated the yoga science in a really great manner. So watch this full video to have all-round knowledge. So stay tuned with us. So thanks for joining to Medical World for India. Thank you so much for your valuable time. I understand your time is very precious, and I'm really heartfelt from the bottom of my heart that you have given us the time. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
So, sir, we were discussing and you're talking about the diet. I mean, your sessions are really great. I mean, it gives a lot of enthusiasm and energy because, the series 1, 2, 3 of Passion of Yoga I was following, and it gradually improved my fitness. So, really want to tell you that what kind of diet, all the yogic session I've already told, but what kind of diet we should follow for the best result. I mean, now the world is moving towards a vegan diet also. So any points on that as well, sir?
Firstly, I would like to say, whatever diet you follow, it won't last.
Correct.
For many people, I'm not saying everybody, for many people. So,
correct.
But for me, I recommend vegetarian the better. You're not too extreme. But if you're following vegan, perfectly fine.
Correct.
And there are some advantages, there are some disadvantages. And also, sometimes many people can't continue for a long time. So, most of the diets fail. That's why it's called DIE, diet.
Okay.
So,
correct.
I recommend whatever you feel comfortable with happy with eating food, you can. But only thing I always tell people, need to have a gap. Like me, if you ask me what I eat, number one is I eat only twice.
Okay.
Afternoon is my big meal. I never eat anything in the morning.
Okay.
So it is like intermittent fasting.
Yeah. Okay.
So from night, I'm not eating anything.
Correct.
So if you still want to have something, you can have black coffee or a green tea, or if you are very good, you don't like coffee and tea, it's good to have some apple cider vinegar, the best. But don't drink directly. You mix it in water, like 2 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar in warm glass of water. You can have again a half piece of lime juice in it.
Correct.
And ginger, a little bit of ginger in it. Very good. They all works wonders in burning fat, improving blood circulation, controlling insulin. You don't spike up. And if you really want to see your weight loss results, the best I recommend people to take ACV. But please understand, you got to check when you take ACV. If you feel like any pain, maybe you have some issues inside, you have to fix that first. Detoxing is very important. So instead of diet, it's okay whatever you eat. The best is try to do intermittent fasting. Your body don't need that much food. Unnecessarily we're eating so much. So that is the main reason people are getting more fat. Secondly, your body is not ready or not asking for food, but we make it like a time. Okay, this is a lunch time, this is a breakfast time, this is a dinner time, and we're just eating it. And your body is not ready, it's not feeling anything. You don't feel hunger, but you're just pouring in food. So inside, you don't have the fire, the Agni we call it, right? So when there is no digestive fire, which is awakened and asking for food, you just put in the food, it is cold and it won't digest and it will cause ama, toxins in your system, inflammation, joint pains, okay, dullness, lethargy. All this is because you're eating without even your body asking it. So another second step you need to do is to wait until you feel the hunger. I mean, not the mind hunger.
Stomach,
the body hunger. Because many times people are hungry in the mind. It's not the body. So we have to try very simple. Whatever you taking, vegetarian or non-vegetarian, it's okay. It doesn't matter. Point is, you try to do intermittent fasting. This is the best one I recommend people. And take more vegetables. If you're eating meat, I recommend it fish rather than eating other meat like chicken or beef or all this. Don't eat or pork. It's better eat fish is the best you can if you're a non-vegetarian. But if you're vegetarian, stay with vegetarian. But problem with vegetarians is they think they are very eating sattvic food, but they're eating so much of carbs and high sugar. That's why in India, many people have diabetes.
Correct.
High
Very true.
diabetes percentages in India because they're eating so much carbs and sugars. Even you're taking fruits are very good, but if you take too much, then it causes excess, glycogen and glucose in your system, and that is very hard for the liver. It produces too much, and you get insulin resistance, which is very very bad. So that's why people have this. You can eat fruits. Fruits are super healthy. But point is, you have to give a gap. You have to eat very little fruits. Few fruits are good enough. But if you're exercising regularly, please go ahead because you can burn them. So try that. Whatever diet you are, just try intermittent fasting. Till afternoon, at least to 1 or 2 o'clock, don't eat. If you still want to eat, feel hungry, just try to hold on and just take a green tea or black coffee, or apple cider vinegar, and stay like this. And then you eat in the afternoon, big meal, and evening before 6 you finish. You can eat maybe a soup, vegetable soup, lighter one. So that is what I can tell you. Actually, it's a big. It takes them.
I understand, sir. It's a big question to ask for the diet because there are a lot of research which are going. I mean, the plant-based diet we don't get enough vitamin B12. I mean, in American Cancer Society they have given meat, a processed meat, as a type 1 carcinogenic. I mean, you are really telling that meat is. I mean, fish is better than your meat because it contains omega-3 fatty acid as well. I mean, great. Your smile is very infectious, sir. I'm used to watch you on I mean Passion of Yoga series, so I know each and everything whatever you tell. So my next question to you is that we are talking a lot about immunity these days because the COVID disease which is currently running now, it attacks on your immunity and your immunity becomes dysregulated. So what is your take on that? What you have seen and what is your experience about yoga and immunity, and what is how it is important for your COVID recovery as well? Because personally, I have followed the yoga and I recovered very well. I mean, I don't feel like much symptomatic even after recovery phase as well. So what's your take on that?
I'm very happy to know that you are recovered back.
Thank you so much.
Very, very good. So, Dr. Tomar, what I can say about immunity is many people immunity becomes weak is number one, a lot of stress, anxiety, depression. They weaken your immunity. You know, the thymus gland right here is the one which is like a guard, you know, like a shield, like a shield. So you have to protect, you have to make this very strong. One is keeping the mind very positive. Many times you don't believe, I know there is news going on in India so much that so many people dying. That can weaken your immunity because you get scared. So fear is one of the things that can cause your immune weak. You have to be strong. Nothing can affect your body. Very important is mental power. So that is the first shield. The second is the food. If you are taking too much of carbs, too much of sugars, it also causes inflammation and make your immune weak. The third, very, very important, which many people don't really do, is proper breathing. Proper breathing. You have to learn to breathe properly. So you have to learn to at least increase breathing, like inhaling for 5 seconds longer and exhale for 5 seconds. Everybody at home, they got to sit down straight. No need to stand up. At least sit down, sit straight with the back relatively straight, back and neck. And you sit down and lift the chest as high as possible. Hold for 5 seconds. Sorry, inhale for 5 seconds and hold a little bit comfortable to your comfortable capacity, and you exhale. So if you do that at least 10, 15 times, you feel the lungs very, very strong, and this starts in turn builds immune strength. Yeah?
Correct.
And another very important is your posture. Try to always stand straight, back always straight. If you're working long hours with your computers, don't hunch like this. This is like compressing your lungs. You know, the middle lobe of the lungs is at the back. It becomes weak and you can't get more energy. And the way many people stand up or sit down like this, you see, like this.
Correct.
This is so bad. And also when they watch TV, they go to round the back like this, you know.
Exactly.
That all causes weakness in your system. Your body is constantly struggling because you are imbalancing the muscles. You have to learn to really sit tall when you work, or walk taller and open your chest. Very important is to open the chest and big inhalation. Take 5 seconds to inhale and 5 seconds to exhale. That is first step, which will improve immune strength. And I also did a video on if you see my YouTube, Master Kamal,
Yes, sir.
there is also immunity. I'm going to put one video soon. It's called How to Build Immunity and Lung Capacity with Yoga. I'll put it soon.
That's great, sir.
And you can
That's
follow
really
the techniques to build up your immunity.
That's really great. I mean, one thing I want to ask that, youngsters in India as well, they're very much keen about doing gymming, running also. So, I mean, it's like yoga versus gym versus running. So, what is the best way? I mean, because I can see that you are also little muscular. I don't know, you do gym and all. So, what is your recommendation if we plan to do gym as well? So, what is your take on that?
I love every sport, but my experience, I started yoga first, then I went into martial arts.
Yeah,
I
correct.
got all black belt with
You're
and
black belt holder. Yes, yes, I've
yes,
seen that.
and I also got a Indian record in breaking the granite stones and all that. And I used to run a lot by carrying so much weights in my back and shoulders to increase the speed and all that. But my advice is my experience telling you, people who run a lot, first thing, it will weaken your lungs. People who do marathon runners, you can study, you can research in Google. People who do a lot of running, like marathon runners, as they age, they have problems with lungs. They can't breathe. They have asthma. They have weak lungs. They have low blood pressure. You see that you exhaust too much. So if you really want to run, let's say you want to reduce your weight. So most of the people are running just to reduce the weight, and they are wasting time running for hours, hurting the knees. The movement, you should understand when your body actually shows pain, it is a sign it's telling you stop it. Otherwise, you're going to cause inflammation and damage. So for me, I tore my knees, both my knees, ACL torn, meniscus tear, and because of so much of running.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I did, cut down on all kind of exercises and do yoga. I fixed everything back, by the way. Thank God. My knees are strong. I can do lotus postures, and my back is strong. And I injured in martial arts, my neck and back, all fixed with yoga. That is the beauty of yoga. So I recommend people do yoga more. And in order to get a good shape of your body, you don't need to exercise for hours and hours and carry heavy weights. And I never do that. For myself, I never do. I only have a discipline of doing like 20 minutes, mostly using body weight training. Mostly body weight training. And also, if you really, you love running, I'm not saying anything wrong, please go ahead. But if you're looking for losing weight, you try this way. This is the HIT way of running. You run for like 30 seconds, the most. Run 30 seconds, as fast as you can, and walk for 1 minute. Like this. You do for 10 minutes, good enough for your body. No need too much, it's not good. Too much, it's up to you. You want to run, go ahead. But I recommend you, for losing weight, you don't need to run like hours and hours, wasting your time. And by the way, by running, you may reduce a little, I can say 1-2% of fat. You see that?
Correct.
You have to run the whole day in order to see that results. But if you run short bursts, and then stop, walk more, this is very, very good for your system to see the good results. But instead of running, I recommend you doing cycling. Better than cycling, I recommend you doing swimming. Better than swimming, I recommend skipping. But much better than skipping, I recommend Tibetan box breathing, which I also mentioned in my YouTube. It's a very, very good for all ages. No matter what age you are, you can happily do it because it increases the density of the bones. As you age, you see, especially women, the bone become weak. But when they do this, the bones are strong and the lung capacity increased. So it's like hopping, like hopping. Hopping with a certain breathing technique. That is a Tibetan process. That's why Tibetan people live very long. Even they are, big people, they are very light in their bodies. So try this way. That's my.
That's a very valuable information you're giving to us. I'm really privileged. And one more thing I want to ask, that people are now towards six-pack ab and all. And I've seen your one of your posts in YouTube as well, where you're actually training with yoga abs, I guess. That is a video I've seen. So no, it's very difficult to relate yoga with six packs and all. I mean, you are revolutionizing the yoga practices. I mean, you are a martial art trainer. You are yoga expert as well. So how you can say that a yoga can also build up your abs? I mean, I recommend my colleagues also say that you do yoga and get a six-pack abs. And my yogic guru, Master Kamal, is doing that. So what is your take on that? I mean, because that is very much in. It's a hot topic. Like everybody want to have a very lean and what you call properly defined abs, and yoga can do that. I mean, that's my next question, sir.
Yeah, it can. Let me tell you, yoga is like an ocean.
Correct.
You can collect anything you want. Let's say if you are interested in finding the truth, you have that. If you're interested in making your body shaped, making your body beautiful, you have that tools too. These are all tools. It's because yoga is like an ocean. You find out whatever you want, and it's
So we have a living example. I mean, we can see you are very much carved and lean and all. And you're saying that you're not doing gym, you're not doing any weight training. That's phenomenal, sir.
Yeah, I mostly use your free weight, like very light weights, or mostly chin-ups, the chin-ups, the dips. And sometimes I do only on the chair. All my chest exercises, my leg exercise, my abs, everything on the chair.
That's great.
So what I can say is, in yoga we have chaturangas, the push-ups. They are very, very powerful. And we have the way we are going to do, like we call Hindu push-up.
Yeah.
Hindu push-up. It's a very powerful push-up for your chest and shoulders. It gives a good strength. So we have a lot of exercises that can build strength. Only thing you need to do more repetitively in order to get the shape, you know. And we have the squats, you know, we call the basti, full squats. So they're also there for legs, you know, which makes your legs very strong. And Virabhadrasana, the warrior postures, and Chaturanga and downward facing dogs, and Adho Mukha Shavasana, Ashtanasana. And all these postures actually can give you a great shape of your body. So let's say people who jump into the postures, jump out of the postures, they also look very lean. You can build your body as you want with yoga, because I believe this is a temple. Like in India, we have the golden temple. So why we need a golden temple? No, that's the beauty of it. See, because we believe the God resides in it. So we make it beautiful. So make your body however you want. You know, you want to make it as a golden temple, go ahead. But always remember, you want to have the God within you. That is what you're doing. So that will make you not about showing anybody. It's just a place for the God to reside. So build it however you want, and looking fit, looking healthier, it's a good sign. Where you can feel like energetic and you connect to the universal consciousness. All this happens because you are balancing to the nature very well, keeping fit and healthy.
Correct. I mean, it's really great. I mean, the whole world has known the power of yoga. I mean, we are celebrating International Yoga Day, which is coming soon. So, what are your plans for International Yoga Day? Because you are the master yourself.
Yeah. International Yoga Day actually started now. Many of them are doing the online sessions, and I'm one of the main person to just give some lecture or yoga. They want, some of them ask me to show some yoga postures, some of them ask me to do something new, so I just do mostly now. Anyway, it's no live, it's all Zoom or online session. So I do that, and it's great and thankful to our Prime Minister Narendra Modi ji for making this happen. But not to forget all the masters who had this happen, because all the other masters from long time, they are actually promoting yoga in many parts of the world. Like I went into Asia, right? But many other masters are already there. So that's why we always need to remember the gurus, the yogis, the sadhus, the munis, all that. It's not just one. And of course, Paramashiva, our Shiva, who has given us yoga. Correct. So on this International Day, remember all masters, be grateful. And what we need to do as a teacher is to preserve and promote it very well. And and follow that ethics, very important, and move it. Otherwise, we're going to lose. Because India is the land where yoga was born. But sad and see sometimes, unfortunately, other countries like it's not bad, but many countries have developed it and it made $1 billion business.
Exactly.
Yeah, and we as the Indians need to get a certification from America, which is certified in other countries.
Correct.
See? So no, we have to be careful, and we should be, and all the teachers should come together. Try to on this international day, you have to tell themselves that I want to expand it, I want to preserve it, I want to protect this. This is our culture. Yeah, that's very true. Only a message to our yoga teachers and masters.
Yeah, you have certainly said the right thing. I mean, like, the West is following our, what do you call, sciences and all. I mean, they have got a patent in turmeric, which is a good anti-inflammatory drug in 2015. Then our Ayurvedic society has to take back that patent. Yes. I mean, it's really, that's really, well, irony is there. So, I mean, we are forgetting our basic things. I mean, and I'm really glad that you are revolutionizing yoga and making it little more modern, and that people get motivated. I had never followed yoga. I would have not never followed, but the way I see you and the lean and all those things which I relate with, that I following it because I was a young guy at that time, like 11 years back, when I saw you doing yoga, and it really inspired me. So with this, I just wanted to tell you that any secret mantra you want to give to me, I mean, or my audience, anything regarding yoga, that what best we can do.
Uh, from my experience, what I learned is the world is changing every time,
Right.
and you have to keep up the pace and moving forward, not to get stuck with the old things.
Correct.
And I want people to just go with the changes rather than be rigid.
Correct.
In their That's why you see when I first went to Singapore, there is no yoga. There is nothing, and only fitness. So no matter where I go, then they didn't allow me to teach anything yoga. So then I was the first guy in the Singapore Sports Council to introduce yoga, coming in their way. You see, when I showed something like, okay, with yoga you can be fit as well, you sweat. Because they're thinking yoga is like relaxing and sleeping. Or sitting down, do one posture. No, I have to change according to them. Then I can reach them very easily. So one other thing I would like to tell our people, our audience, always be ready for the change and always become creative. Come with new ideas. The old one is going to go away. Leave them away. Don't get attached to it. Don't get upset that you're losing something. No, you're not losing. You are moving forward. So everything is changing in this world. Only and unless you can adapt to the changes, otherwise you can't survive. It's a very kind of a world here. And you have to, whichever place you go, if you're going to another country, become them, accept them, welcome them into yours. This is very important. And look forward, not to get depressed, not to get emotionally upset. Always be positive and energetic. Don't get lost, don't get weak. I'm telling you, in life, you always have ups and downs. Just like it cannot be a straight thing and happy go, like in the movies. You see, by the way, you understand anyway, when you watch a movie, towards the end only they see a happy moment. But the whole movie is actually a lot of suffering and struggle. So just the end part, they're all coming together very happy. And of course, without anybody help, even the police will come after finishing, by the way, right? So the last moment they show you, so understand, at least the 1.5 hour movie is all suffering. The last is only happiness. But you have to learn to just flow with all the changes in life. Good happening, be there. Bad happening, be there. Just flow with it, not resist against it. And that is the wonderful thing I can tell our lovely audience to be with. This is the best mantra. Flow with the changes of life. Don't resist.
Correct. So you have given the example with the movie. I mean, I didn't wanted to ask this question, but you are looking like that. You are fond of Bollywood movie as well. So what is your favorite movie? And I mean, it's an off question. I mean, which movie is your favorite movie? You like Bollywood movies?
I love watching movies. I love all the new movies like Shah Rukh Khan. I love the way he acts, but I don't really want to watch anything like a very serious. It's fun. Whatever movie which is fun, I like to watch. And South Indian movies, because I'm from South India. I love to watch Indian movies because luckily we can get here now in Netflix. Everything have.
That's great. That's great.
So and YouTube also got a lot of movies, and whenever I get a chance, but usually I love working, I love creating, I love writing books. So most of the time I just go with my work. Very few minutes I got where I simply a little bit of watch some movie or TV. That's it. Otherwise.
Exactly. We understand that your time is really precious, so we don't want to drag it too long and all. Your submission, I mean, anything you want to speak?
Oh,
anything you want to say? Yeah.
Yeah. I would like all to like I mentioned to you earlier, flow with the life. The change, not resisting it. And also, I would like people to stay healthy. At least try to, change. Just include one good habit. Just one good habit in them. No need to change suddenly everything. If you do that, you're going to get a shock in your system. So better do some little changes. Like let's say you take a coffee in the morning. That's the first thing you do. Sometimes you give it a break and say, take a healthy drink with lemon with water. Maybe have that and see how you changing it. Add one good habit in your life. Don't be too serious. If you are an Indian, enjoy Indian food, but cut down all on the carbs. Don't take too much. I see Indians mostly when I go to India, I look at the food. I see the rice. You see that? The rice they eat. Actually,
Very true.
1 cup of rice, Dr. Tomar, one cup of rice comes for 1 month for me. Only 1 cup. Very little I eat rice. My half plate is all greens and vegetables.
That's great, sir. That's really great.
And protein here, egg. I eat eggs, organic especially, which is very important. And then maybe fish. And very little is the carb. So if you change these little things in your food, cut down all the starchy carbs, sugary foods, and then you change, you will feel very, very healthy. So change few things in your life and try to go to bed early. Don't watch late night movies that can cause a lot of sleep issues and dream issues and all this. So just enjoy and try to celebrate the moment. Let's say if it is COVID, let it be COVID. Try to find out something which you can become good in your life. Create something, write something, plan something. So this COVID will not stay because everything will pass by time.
Exactly.
This one dragged a little bit more, but doesn't matter. And be strong, stay healthy, strong immune power, exercise regularly. Very important. Please don't. Because you're going to live in this body for the rest of your life. So this body is your home. So you don't destroy this body and keep the outside home good. No, it does not work that way. Keep this body. And you feel very good. And also parents mostly worried about kids. And they destroy their bodies and they're only taking care of the kids. No. You see, when you take a flight, you see what they say, if in emergency, the mask come, who should put first? Elders.
Absolutely.
Elders put the mask first, next the kids. Very simple. This is what we need to do. The parents need to take care of themselves. They need to be fit and healthy so they can play with the kids. I'm telling you, I can run, very quick and energetic, even like an 18 years boy. Anybody, even is a sports person, I'm very fast. Why? Because the energy you got to keep. And I'm telling you, kids love because your parents are so healthy and strong. So important is parents keep healthy. Keep doing at least 10-15 minute exercise. No need 1 hour. So keep your body moving. Movement is very important. Don't stop. And enjoy or celebrate life, every moment of your life. That's very, very important.
It was privilege talking to you, sir, and I hope I'll be staying connected with you for future as well. I mean, it was really privileged.
Thank you, Dr.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for joining.
Having me here. Namaste.